This is the ultimate WNBA showdown. Caitlin Clark versus A'ja Wilson for the MVP title. Who will come out on top? Caitlin Clark is making history, but could she actually steal the WNBA MVP title from A'ja Wilson? The 2024 WNBA season has given us two extraordinary players who are pushing the boundaries of the game. These two athletes have not only defined their respective teams, but are now locked in a battle for the WNBA MVP title. Caitlin Clark, the rookie sensation from Iowa, has burst onto the scene with jaw-dropping performances that are rewriting the record books. Meanwhile, A'ja Wilson, a two-time MVP and one of the most dominant players in the league, is determined to hold on to her crown. The question on everyone's mind: who will walk away with the MVP title this season? Caitlin Clark's journey to the WNBA was one of the most anticipated in recent memory. Known for her scoring abilities in college, Clark dominated the NCAA with her impressive shooting range and court vision. But what has surprised many is how seamlessly she has transitioned to the professional league. As a rookie, she's playing with the poise of a veteran, often making clutch shots in high-pressure moments. Her performance has not only elevated her team, the Indiana Fever, but it has also captivated basketball fans across the country. Clark is currently leading the team in points per game, assists, and steals, a rare feat for any player, let alone a rookie. Her quick decision-making and ability to read the defense make her one of the most exciting players to watch this season. One of the key aspects of Caitlin Clark's game is her incredible shooting range. She has become known for knocking down three-pointers from well beyond the arc, sometimes from near half court. This ability forces defenses to extend farther than they would normally be comfortable, opening up the floor for her teammates. This season, Clark has made more three-pointers than any other rookie in WNBA history, and her long-range shooting continues to be one of the main reasons she's in the MVP conversation. But Clark is far from just a shooter. Her basketball IQ is off the charts, and her passing ability rivals that of some of the best playmakers in the game today. She can break down defenses with pinpoint precision, finding her teammates for easy baskets. Clark's assists are not just routine passes, they are often highlight reel plays that demonstrate her court vision and awareness. Whether it's threading the needle through defenders or launching full court passes, Clark is redefining what it means to be a playmaker in the WNBA. On the other hand, A'ja Wilson has been the dominant force in the WNBA for years, and 2024 has been no different. Coming off a championship season, Wilson has continued to lead the Las Vegas Aces with remarkable consistency. Her presence on both ends of the floor is unparalleled. She's not only an offensive powerhouse, but also one of the league's best defenders. Wilson's leadership has kept the Aces at the top of the standings, and despite tough competition, she remains one of the strongest candidates for MVP. What sets Wilson apart is her ability to perform in high-pressure situations, elevating her game when it matters most. A'ja Wilson's path to MVP status began in college at the University of South Carolina, where she led her team to a national championship and was named the Naismith Player of the Year. Since being drafted first overall in the 2018 WNBA draft, Wilson has lived up to every expectation placed upon her. In just a few short years, she's become one of the league's premier players, known for her scoring, rebounding, and defensive prowess. Wilson has already won 2 MVP awards in 2020 and 2022, and is in the conversation for her 3rd MVP this season. Wilson's versatility is one of her strongest assets. She can score in a variety of ways, in the post, from mid-range, and even stepping out to knock down three-pointers when needed. This season, she's averaging a career high in points and rebounds, while also maintaining her status as one of the league's best shot blockers. What makes Wilson particularly dangerous is her ability to change the game on both ends of the floor. On offense, she can overpower defenders in the paint, while on defense, she's a relentless shot blocker who can guard multiple positions. This two-way dominance is why so many consider her the frontrunner for the MVP, despite the rise of Caitlin Clark. Both players have had standout moments this season. Caitlin Clark recently set a WNBA record for the most points scored by a rookie in a single game, and her playmaking ability has created opportunities for her teammates to thrive. Meanwhile, Wilson continues to rack up double-doubles and is a defensive anchor for the Aces. Each of these performances adds fuel to the MVP conversation, making it difficult for fans and analysts to predict who will come out on top. But what makes this race so interesting is how different these two players are in their style of play. Clark is a guard with a flair for dramatic long-range shots and precision passing, while Wilson dominates the paint, using her physicality and finesse to outplay opponents in the post. Their contrasting styles have not only thrilled fans, but also sparked intense debates over which type of player is more valuable to their team. Clark's electrifying play from the perimeter opens up the floor and keeps defenses on edge, while Wilson's inside presence forces teams to make tough choices when defending the paint. Before we dive deeper, if you're enjoying this breakdown of the WNBA MVP race, don't forget to like and share the video with other basketball fans. September 13th, 2024 brought a thrilling showdown between two WNBA stars, Caitlin Clark and A'ja Wilson, as the Las Vegas Aces edged out the Indiana Fever 78-74. Clark, despite a slow first half, finished with 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists, setting the WNBA single-season assist record. Her second-half surge kept Indiana in the game, as she scored all her points after halftime and nearly engineered a comeback. On the other side, A'ja Wilson was a force throughout, with 15 points and 17 rebounds, anchoring the Aces on both ends of the floor. Her rebounding dominance and defensive presence proved crucial in holding off Clark's late-game push. That game was a microcosm of what makes both players so special. Clark's ability to shoot from anywhere on the floor and Wilson's dominance in the paint were on full display, and it left fans wondering, could these two be co-MVPs? Another important factor in the MVP race is how each player impacts their team's success. Clark has helped transform the Indiana Fever, a team that struggled mightily last season, into a playoff contender. The Fever, who had the worst record in the WNBA last year, have seen a remarkable turnaround, and much of that is due to Clark's leadership and playmaking ability. She has brought a winning mentality to the team, and her infectious energy has lifted her teammates to new heights. It's not just her scoring that has made the difference, it's her ability to make those around her better. Meanwhile, A'ja Wilson has been the heart and soul of the Las Vegas Aces. As the reigning champions, the Aces have a target on their backs, but Wilson has embraced that challenge. She has continued to lead by example, whether it's diving for loose balls, contesting shots at the rim, or making the crucial plays when her team needs them most. Wilson's leadership is one of the intangible qualities that make her such a valuable player. It's not just about the stats, although her stats are impressive, but about how she inspires her teammates and elevates their play in big moments. As we approach the end of the 2024 WNBA season, the MVP race between Caitlin Clark and A'ja Wilson remains as tight as ever. Clark's ability to elevate a struggling Indiana Fever team from last season's bottom dwellers to playoff contenders has been nothing short of remarkable. Her dynamic style of play and ability to make her teammates better have turned heads across the league. It's hard to imagine a player who has had a bigger impact in such a short time. But A'ja Wilson's case for MVP is just as compelling. As the reigning MVP and the face of the Las Vegas Aces, Wilson has consistently delivered on both ends of the court. Her leadership has kept the Aces in the championship hunt, and her defense, in particular, remains critical to their success. Wilson's experience, versatility, and ability to take over games in crunch time make her an invaluable asset. Ultimately, the decision may come down to what the MVP voters value more: the breakthrough of a rookie like Clark or the sustained excellence of a proven star like Wilson. While Clark's rise has been meteoric, Wilson's consistent dominance makes her hard to overlook. Injuries could play a role as well, with Wilson recently dealing with an ankle issue that could impact her availability during the most crucial part of the season. Meanwhile, Clark's youth and endurance have allowed her to maintain her high level of play week in and week out. No matter who takes home the MVP trophy, both Caitlin Clark and A'ja Wilson have made 2024 a season to remember. Clark, in just her first year, has shown that she is the future of the league, while Wilson has cemented her legacy as one of the greatest players of her generation. The MVP race may be decided soon, but the impact of these two players will be felt for years to come. So, as the season draws to a close, basketball fans are left with one burning question. Will Caitlin Clark's unbelievable rookie season be enough to dethrone A'ja Wilson as MVP, or will Wilson continue her reign as the best player in the WNBA? Only time will tell. If you want to stay updated with the latest WNBA news, make sure to subscribe to Baller Queens on YouTube, where we break down all the biggest stories in women's basketball.